In a lot of ways, the Samsung Galaxy XR is just a Quest Pro 2. The biggest of those ways is comfort. It's like Samsung just looked at the Quest Pro and decided to copy it, because that worked so well for Meta. That unfortunately means that the comfort is not very great out of the box. I didn't find it super unusable like I did the Quest Pro, but it certainly is not comfortable over longer periods of time. The solution is to just spend more money on an already expensive headset. This was originally going to be a part of my full Galaxy XR review, but then I just had too much to say. I mean, I've bought 2 separate mods and tried something else I already had laying around, so it makes sense. I guess we'll just go in order of what I've tried. First was this DASO top strap that I don't think is being sold anymore. I originally was using it for my XR Elite, but I already had it laying around, so I figured I'd try it on the Galaxy XR. It's better than nothing, I guess. I can only use it really far back on the headset, so it doesn't help all that much at taking pressure off my face. It also falls off the headset really easy, so I definitely wouldn't recommend it, but that's not really a problem anyways since you can't buy it anymore. My first real comfort mod was this VR Panda Halo strap. I heard a lot of good things about it, but I'm not really a big fan. First of all, this thing is $42 after shipping, and it took a while to ship at that. I don't really think it's worth the price. You get the Halo strap itself and then a replacement forehead pad. The padding on everything does feel pretty nice. It looks super thick, but it actually compresses quite a bit once you put some pressure on it. Once the strap's actually on the headset, you can adjust it pretty much anywhere between the front up near your forehead or all the way back near the back of your head. I personally find it the most comfortable going straight across the top of my head since it helps take a lot of pressure off my face and forehead, while also providing a bit more support like a normal top strap would. Unfortunately, I actually find that this mod makes the headset more annoying to use than it was before. The 2 parts of the head strap that actually connect to the headset are 3D printed. I really wish this was made clear in the product listing or the images, but whatever. I typically don't mind 3D printed stuff as long as it works well. This does not work well. The side that slides over the battery connector doesn't stay in place, so it makes it really annoying to actually use the connector. You also have to assemble everything yourself before installing it, which again, normally not a problem, but these instructions were terrible. They send you a little card with a QR code on it that leads to a Google Drive with a video inside of it. This video is the only form of instructions you get. I wish I could show it to you, but I lost the card. If only I could find it somewhere else, like, you know, maybe on their website. I remember it being really hard to follow, and then at one point it makes a cut and tells you need to do something, but that something is not shown in the video. Truly incredible. I find this strap pretty hard to recommend. Considering it doesn't fit my headset correctly, it's just more of a hassle to use than anything else. It also leaves a little bit to be desired. You're still stuck with the stock back pad, which is pretty small. And then the forehead pad doesn't compress as thin as the thinnest stock pad, so you lose out on a little bit of FOV. It just isn't a great value compared to the kit I've actually been using, the Globular Cluster one. For even cheaper than the VR Panda strap, you get 6 different forehead pads, a top strap, and 3 different back pads. There are 3 different thicknesses of forehead pads you can use, and they come both in fake leather and fabric. They're wider than both the stock pads and also the VR Panda pad. The back pad comes in the leather, the fabric, and then also the silicone honeycomb thing that makes it grip the back of your head easier. The top strap is pretty standard to any other top strap I've ever seen. If you're familiar with Globular Cluster's Quest Pro kit, this uses pretty much the same materials, so they're really good. Additionally, you also get this pry tool to make installing the back pad possible. Installation is unfortunately pretty hard. You have to pry with an almost excessive amount of force to get the stock back pad off, and it almost felt like I was gonna break the headset, but it didn't break. At least you actually get usable instructions with this one. They give you a booklet that goes into detail with pictures, and then there's also a video that you can find on their website or just by searching it on YouTube. I've ended up using the thinnest leather forehead pad, the top strap, and also the honeycomb back pad. The thin forehead pad increases my FOV by a decent amount on top of reducing the color shifting near the edges of the lens. It's also wider than the other forehead pads I have, so it reduces a bit of the pressure up there. I like the honeycomb back pad because it grips my head, so I don't really need to tighten the headset as much, which reduces pressure everywhere. It's also a lot bigger than the stock back pad, so it cups my head a lot better. Honestly, they could have sold this piece alone for $40 and I think it would have been worth it. Then the top strap does what a top strap does and takes even more pressure off my face. I prefer these front to back ones over the side to side ones since I feel like it just helps distribute things a little bit better. I do wish they offered a padded top strap like they do with the Quest Pro kit, but I mean, whatever. Globular Cluster's kit is definitely my recommendation. Not only does it make the headset fit like a headset should fit, it also improves the visuals a little bit. Huge bonus points for not making the headset more annoying to wear. Comfort is mostly subjective though, and I know a lot of people are happy with the VR Panda strap. I haven't seen anyone else complaining about it not fitting the headset correctly, so maybe I just got a bad print. Regardless, I do think the price is a little bit steep still. I also have seen people combining both the Globular Cluster and VR Panda stuff, but I personally haven't felt the need to. I really wish we didn't have to rely on modding super expensive headsets to make them actually comfortable, but I suppose some things never change. If they're gonna make stuff this bad, can they at least try this crazy thing called making the head strap removable and replaceable? I don't think that's ever been done. It must just be too expensive or something.